Hey, welcome to the Jack and Pat podcast. This is episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. We'll be reviewing Game of Thrones. We got our box office breakdown, got news of the week, and our Frank from Ant-Man segment. Game of Thrones is over. Episode 10,
Jeez.
Season finale. Got 2 more seasons. All right, let's start this thing off.
Oh, God.
King's Landing. We got a long build-up to
Very
what
long.
we all knew was coming. Got a long build-up. Like the music. Maybe a little too long, but it paid off.
Are you talking about the King's Landing?
Yes, King's Landing. We're starting off in King's Landing. We got Cersei taking Tommen with the mountain. Then she doesn't show up. Loras joins the Faith Militant.
Gets that circle thing in his head.
he chases a kid into the underneath the Sept of Baelor. And what does he see with his little eyes? It's some wildfire.
Oh, a little bit of
Dripping off. Tries to get to that candle, and
blows up the entire.
Yep, everyone's dead.
Literally, there were way too many deaths.
There were a lot. Kevin,
Uncle
Mace,
Kevin,
Marjorie, the High Sparrow. Anyone you can name who's been in King's Landing, except Pycelle, who was killed by Qyburn's little birds.
To be fair, I think that might have been a very humorous death. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but for God's sakes, he was killed by little kids.
I was so tired of him already.
I'm surprised he made it this far.
And then I guessed it. Tommen jumps out the window.
No, okay, that's something we need to take a really just quick second about. He digs up his crown. The window's open. He walks away, and Pat's like,
he's gonna jump out the window. He probably
He's like, he'll probably jump out that window. And I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be funny if he did. And sure enough, he just dives out that window.
Does a nice swan dive into King's Landing. Maybe hit some folks. Who knows? He could have killed someone going down. Yeah. And then our next scene in King's Landing is Cersei talking about Tommen with Qyburn. His dead body's there. She's like, show me him. She's like, burn him and put him in the Sept of Baelor. She's like cold bitch now. Yeah, she's a stone cold bitch now.
Like, as you notice, like for each death of her kids, like Joffrey, she was like, take Tyrion, blah blah blah, like frantically going crazy. Marcella, she was a little bit sad.
And now Tommen, she's just like, whatever.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I knew it was happening.
Shit. Yeah.
And then at the end, we got her stepping. She took the crown.
Well, we'll come back to that.
No. Well, I'm just gonna go through each spot. So we're at King's Landing, so she takes the crown. And Jaime's watching her.
That's crazy. You know what? I did not actually see that coming.
She's gone. She's not irredeemable. She's irredeemable. Well, she never was redeemable. But she's a protagonist of kind of the King's Landing scene this season. Now she killed everyone. She's back to being
absolutely
villain Cersei next season. Hopefully Jaime puts a knife in her back. Like a queen slayer.
In one season, we went from having 1 queen to 3 queens. Not queens, but if you count Yara.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Girl power. So, yeah. And then we're in the Twin Towers of Frey.
Lord of Frey.
We got him cheering, going the Lannisters and the Frey send their regards.
Everybody's
Jaime's watching that girl who comes back a little later.
He keeps looking at her.
He keeps looking at her. She's like... So, then he gets Bronn laid a little, and...
By 2 chicks?
Yeah. He comes over to Walder Frey, and he's like, you'd be nothing without the Lannisters. Like, we're not going to be coming here every time you need to retake Riverrun. And then, can we talk about it?
Well, we're talking about it right now. Let's do it.
That girl was Arya Stark. And finally get some good old Walder revenge.
Yeah, I like the way she did. I talked about this. I think it might have been in my previous podcast. How there's this rumor going around at the time, how she killed all of her sons and baked them into that pie.
Yeah.
And it's like that story Bran said a few seasons ago about
if they kill you in your own home.
Yeah.
I mean, if you kill your guest in your home.
Yeah, that's the only sin that's unredeemable. So, I knew something like that would come around. I just wish Hot Pie was the one who came back and did it.
Hot Pie
just comes around behind the tables.
Hot Pie cooked the Frey pie. Yeah, so that was satisfying.
That was
the slitting of Walder Frey's
And then she's holding his neck back as it keeps coming.
Yeah, they lingered on that for a long while.
A really long time.
That was satisfying. Just barring the fact how quick Arya got there, I'm gonna forgive it because that's what they've been taking the hyperloop throughout.
I'm Arya Stark, and I'm going home.
Well, first, let me take a quick stop and kill some Frey.
Yeah,
all right. Then Winterfell, we got Melisandre getting banished by the King in the North.
The King in the North. We'll come back to that.
And then what?
Tell me what you did to him.
Tell him! Tell him! And then you got her banished. You got Jon and Sansa talking. Jon's telling her that they got so many enemies, they need to trust each other.
We have so many enemies now.
We have to trust each other.
Wait, here's the thing. Let me just go back a little bit. What do you think will happen with, like, where do you think Melisandre's going? She's going down south, right? Like, towards King's Landing, or like
I don't know.
Essos south?
South isn't, well, Essos is
like, east. I mean, like, down.
Maybe she's going to Dorne. You know, we'll get to Dorne later. Actually, yeah. Actually, Dorne next. But before that, let's continue talking about Winterfell. Then we got Sansa and Littlefinger, and he wants her.
So bad.
He wants the Iron Throne with her by his side, and it made him a little angry when Lyanna Mormont starts chanting "The King in the North." She tells how they're all fuckheads for not the Glovers and the Manderleys. She's telling them how they're all dickheads for not joining up with Jon Snow.
We forgot one quick thing though. Right before it goes that, we gotta talk about the.
We can talk about that now. Jon Snow is. This can pretty much. I'm gonna take this as a confirmation of R plus L equals J.
Yeah.
He is the son of Lyanna Stark and I think Rhaegar Targaryen. They didn't say it, but one can assume.
That is the 99% chance. That's it. 1% chance he might actually be Robert Baratheon's kid because technically she was married to Robert.
Yeah, but she wasn't having sex with him. She's promised. She wasn't married. And Rhaegar took her. Well, took her.
Dude, there's so many.
I think it's definitely.
It's definitely Rhaegar.
Oh, that made me so happy. Finally,
I'm just going along with some.
They went right from the baby to Jon Snow.
That was so good.
Yeah. King in the North. King in the North. King in the North.
As they were all giving their speeches, I really hope they pull out their sword to call season 1, the King of the North, and they did it, and that made my night right there.
So that's Winterfell. We got when
Littlefinger looked pissed as that.
That's why.
Because that was like the first time something actually went wrong for Littlefinger.
Then we go to Dorne, and I predicted this too, that Varys was going to Dorne to get some Dornish
You were right
help.
on the money with that.
I know, I was right on the money. I thought that up on myself. I would admit if I got it from somewhere else, but I thought that up on myself. I'm like, where could Varys be going?
I give you kudos.
You know who they haven't shown in a while? Those Dornish.
And then they showed it on the previews.
Lady Olenna being as awesome as ever.
Oh my god.
Talking shit to the Sand Snakes. She's like, do you have anything to say? No, let the real woman talk. So that was cool. And then Varys comes out in his bald gloriness.
Oh my god. I missed that shiny.
Yeah. So that was Dorne. Then we're in Marine, and she sends off. Oh well, what's his name? Dario Naharis is staying there. Goodbye, Dario. You're staying in Marine. You're not going to Westeros with Daenerys. Then Tyrion tries to console her, or whatever.
I thought they were gonna do it.
He tells her, "You're in the Great Game now, and the Great Game is terrifying."
Yeah.
And then he's the hand of the Queen.
Didn't you think there was a little bit of an intimate moment going on between them?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I don't think it meant like sexually wise, but it's more of like I don't know, like family.
And then so that was Marine. Then they leave. We got them sailing with the Greyjoys, the Dornish, with the dragons, and that's how it ends the episode, with them heading to Westeros. So
big things are about to happen next season. We've got about Benjen and Bran.
Oh yeah, well we talked about the flashback.
Yeah, we did. But
Benjen can't leave. He's dead.
You know what? Everybody's probably like, oh no, Benjen. You know what? I'm actually happy he's leaving because then he's going to be alive.
He's fighting the good fight up north.
Yeah, so at least he's guaranteed another season.
I thought we would see some White Walkers.
That's the only thing I'm disappointed in this episode. We saw zero White Walkers.
We got a lot of satisfaction. Jon Snow taking the north. He's King in the North. We got Starks winning everywhere. Arya cutting Walder Frey's throat. You know.
We're just talking about like it's an everyday.
Yeah, people cut their people's
Cloudy with the chance of Walder Frey's sons being baked alive, and that was nasty. That was really.
So, yeah, I really, really like this episode. I think it was a great season finale.
Yeah, great way to end it.
I think it was one of the best season finales because it actually gave you stuff. Some season finales, like, I guess last season was so weird because it just cut. You know, they were just trying to show everything. Like, I felt last season was weird when you got Sansa and Reek jumping off. Then you got Brienne killing a Stannis. Then it was just a bunch of weird vignettes, kind of. This one we got some actual
more King's Landing than anything.
Yeah, we got a lot of King's Landing, but for good reason. They destroyed 50% of it. You know, how would you rate this episode? And then after you rate the episode, I want to hear your thoughts about the whole season as a whole and rate the whole season. Go.
Sorry about the silence. I'm just trying to think about what I give this episode. Out of 5 stars, if we do it, I'd probably give it 4, in between 4 and 4.5.
So 4.25.
4.25. It was really good. Probably one of the best season finales. I still like season 4. The season finale. That's when you just see the last scene is Arya sailing the Bravos. Yeah. I like that a lot because it was just. That was before I listened to so many YouTube people talking, like analyzing everything, and I like that because it didn't really it just set you up for a whole new chapter.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen now, but
no, everything's what could happen.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would. The reason why I wouldn't make it any higher is because no White Walkers. For God's sakes, it's called the Winds of Winter. You kind of would think.
Well, as Sansa said, winter is here. They sent a white dove from Old Town.
What other reason for something?
I skipped Old Town.
Does it? It's not really that relevant, to be completely honest with you.
We might have a person later.
Pat, we're falling apart in this podcast. We're going all over the place.
No, I'm sorry. No, it was just Old Town. I just skipped it.
It doesn't. It's. Nothing.
No, I know nothing really happened. We just got
he
Samwell.
Just looks at books and chains over
books. So yeah, all right. What about
that might actually lean into our Frank Commandments.
Yeah, later. That's why I needed to at least say it. All right. What are your thoughts about the season as a whole?
Season as a whole.
Yeah.
They definitely killed a lot of people off. A lot more people than they do.
I think this episode they killed off the most people.
Yeah. I mean, like the Red Wedding. Like I was like, oh my god, 2 big characters died. In the first 5 minutes of the season finale,
this was like 20 minutes.
20 minutes in the season finale, they killed like 8 big characters, but 3 major characters.
Yeah. Marjorie, the High Sparrow, Tommen,
yeah, and they killed people off like crazy.
Pycelle.
He's not that major, but I like him. I love Pycelle.
I hated him.
Oh, I hate him as too.
What would you rate this whole season?
I'd probably give it 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars
out of 5 for the season. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, first I'm going to do this episode. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars for the episode. I feel like I've been giving that a lot, but it's been a really good season. That's my opinion. We're getting a lot of things happening. It's not just people walking and talking. I like that, but we're coming down to the thick of it. So we need some things happening. Mm-hmm. This episode, I loved all the R plus L equals J. They gave us a lot of what we wanted, so that could be good and bad. Sometimes you want to be surprised. There was some surprising stuff in here, but 4.5 stars. The season as a whole, I really like the season. I'm not sure what my favorite season is, but I'm gonna get the season. I'm gonna go the same 4.5 out of 5 stars. I don't think any season I think it's one of the best seasons. I don't know if it is the best. I'm not gonna say. I don't think any season has been 5 out of 5 stars for me. So, I mean, the series
needs to be flawless then to be 5 out of 5.
Not exactly, but
in our state of mind.
Yes, whatever.
Fuck you, Pat.
So so that's our Game of Thrones episode 10, the Winds of Winter review. So great episode.
Absolutely.
And we're going to move on to our box office breakdown for this week. No movie review. We're going to keep the movie reviews separate now to try and shorten this episode. I mean, we're already going a long time because of this.
But it would be even longer.
Yes,
like
yes. No movie
minutes.
review. You can catch our movie reviews as separate videos. We'll try to shorten up the content. So, our box office breakdown for the week, not very surprising. Some surprises. At number 1, we got Finding Dory at $73.2 million. Check out our review on our channel for Finding Dory. It's second weekend. It's still raking in the money. At number 2 is Independence Day Resurgence. Disappointing with 41.6 million. With a $160 million budget opening at that, we won't be seeing another one. And I don't think any fans or critics are going for another one. And they did kind of set up if they want to do sequels.
Check our movie review.
Yeah, we got a movie review for that too. Number 3, another movie review we did. Central Intelligence with 18.3 million. It's holding its own. It only dropped like 40%, so that's pretty good. Check our channel for that review too. Number 4, The Shallows, which was in its first week, made 16.7 million. I think that's pretty good. The Shallows. It's a shark movie. Blake Lively.
Yeah.
I have no desire to see it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, and at number 5, rounding out the top 5 is Free State of Jones, which I'm surprised only because the critic reception hasn't been that well received, and it's a weird movie. A weird movie to be released in June. It seems more like Oscar season fare, and then it actually just beat out The Conjuring 2. Conjuring 2 at 7.705 million. Free State of Jones at 7.77 million.
What week was that?
This week. Oh, what? Free State of Jones' first week.
Okay.
Conjuring 2 was in its third week, so still, and then right after that is Now You See Me 2, still making good money, I guess. So, any thoughts on the box office?
I'm still surprised Conjuring 2 is making money still.
I know. It's making. It almost beat out Free State of Jones' first weekend.
That's crazy. Independence Day. I'm not at all surprised at the very low box
Not very good
office
marketing.
take. Oh, I
don't
know.
think they had a press junket. They didn't have anything, so I don't think they were very confident.
And you know what? We left
They
that
should
movie
be.
very confident in that movie sucked.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our box office breakdown of the weekend of what was this week? The 24th.
25th.
No, this Friday was the 24th.
Oh yeah. True.
All right, that was our box office breakdown, and let's go into the news of the week. News of the week. We skipped it. We didn't do this last week, but every week now we're gonna do news of the week. Mostly it's gonna be superhero stuff and Star Wars news.
Mostly Star Wars.
And no Star Wars news this week. We have a separate video about Rogue One we talked about.
Yep.
So check that out on the channel. News of the week. We're gonna start off. We got Spider-Man: Homecoming starts production in Atlanta as Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is kind of wrapping. So they're almost they're like Guardians is going out, Spider-Man is coming in. We got some set pictures. We got a picture of Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, Zendaya from the her from Disney Channel or something.
Oh yeah.
She's in it. We got Martin Starr. You know him from Silicon Valley. He plays Guilfoyle.
Yeah.
He's in it. It looks like he's going to be playing a teacher. And then we got some other people. The girl Laura Harrier who's in it. She's from One Life to Live or one of those. They're in it. So yeah, here's a set picture, Jack. We got some of those. Got some of that. Got some of that. He looks like a teacher, right?
You got some
looks
of
like
that.
a teacher. Orange Star.
Yes.
And he looks like a principal because he is playing a principal. Kenneth Choi, I think. Yeah, Kenneth Choi. So that set picture is dropping for that. Spider-Man: Homecoming bringing the production in Atlanta. Any thoughts? Excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I feel like that'll be good. I still never saw the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
So you don't need to.
No.
It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with this.
I know, but I still think nothing will beat the Tobey Maguire trilogy.
Yeah, well, they could. See,
I love Tobey Maguire though.
Tom Holland Spider-Man is more true to the comics because he's like wisecracky and stuff. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was really introverted, and he was like he wouldn't talk that much. So, you know,
he doesn't talk. Tobey Maguire doesn't talk. Tobey Maguire does.
So I just want to start. Spider-Man: Homecoming is being released July 7, 2017, directed by John Watts, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Michael Barbieri, Laura Harrier, Tony Revolori, Kenneth Choi, Martin Starr, Donald Glover, Logan Marshall Green, Marissa Tomei, Robert Downey Jr., Michael Keaton.
All right.
I'm listening to the cast, bro. Let's go to our next news story of the week. We got the Justice League set visits. Now, have you heard anything?
I haven't.
So they trying to get off the bad press of BVS, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. They invited a bunch of critics and bloggers to the set of Justice League in London, and pretty unprecedented thing. They let them release their set visit stories literally a few days after. This never happens. They're just trying to get everyone. They probably showed them everything they wanted to hear, but we got confirmation of who what's his name is playing.
Who?
I forgot his name. Oh, Willem Dafoe. He's playing Volko. He's an Atlantean. He helps Aquaman with stuff.
I was more of a Marvel comic book reader, so I don't know too much about DC.
So yeah, we got that, and then we got everyone's raving about the Flash. They're saying it's lighter in tone. So I'm really excited about all this news. There's a ton of stuff. Just check out anyone's set visit stories about Justice League. That's coming out November 2017. It's 17 months away or something. So that's pretty crazy that they're allowing all this information. Gotta think they're probably gonna release the scene on Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So
New York or
San Diego. No one cares about New York Comic.
I like New York.
I know, but Comic-Con. they don't have the big Hall H presentations like in San Diego, and Marvel is going there. I mean, that's not Marvel. DC is going there. They're probably going to release a Wonder Woman trailer. So yeah.
Are we going to?
It's the news stories of the week, and now on
Frank from Ant-Man.
Yes, our Frank from Ant-Man segment.
Yes, been looking forward to this all evening.
It is a Game of Thrones character.
Are we going to? It's the same person.
Yes, I can't remember. I don't know his name.
His name has yet to be determined. But we are going to go with the that guy that was sitting at the desk in Old Town who holds out his hand, and Sam had to reach over, and he's kind of wide-eyed.
Is that him?
That's definitely he's the guy from The Veil. He's looking, trying to show pictures. I
don't think they were.
He was showing me a picture of Lord Royce, but what's it called? That guy, he was just magical. You saw his face. He's one of a kind. He's ugly as shit, but I like him. I like him.
Well, I don't try. I'm on IMDb, and they have characters that weren't even in the episode that
coming
they showed.
Up. Yeah, so. But he was a very funny. Not supposed to be funny, but me and Pat were just laughing at because he was funny looking. A lot of attitude. Liked him a lot. Second place, very close, was Leanna Moore.
Again, but she already won one. So
she already won once. Gotta spread the love.
King of the North!
The King of the North. I'll have peace with those terms. But, great episode. Great, good job with the,
so I'll try and find him. Maybe, if I figure out his name before this goes up, I'll just
put it in the
on the video.
Maybe?
No, I'll put it I'll show his picture and then I'll put his name right under it.
Gotcha.
So, name to be determined. Yeah. Maybe I'll say his name. I don't know his name. No,
are you going to have a separate podcast where you just say his name?
I'm just going to keep saying his name for 10 minutes. I'll be like, that'll make it up. We'll
probably get more views.
Yeah.
Imagine we
for 5 minutes, I'll do it. I'll be like, insert name. Insert name. Insert name. When I find his name.
Please, we need your support.
Yeah. So that'll do it for the Jack and Pat podcast, episode 4. No more Game of Thrones. Sad.
Very sad. We'll be making more videos predictions.
We're gonna do
that,
and we're gonna keep our episodic episodes. Episodic episodes kind of redundant. But maybe we'll find another show. Maybe we'll just bullshit. Who knows? So sad.
It's not like anybody listens to this anyway.
We're gonna have to wait like 10 months for Game of Thrones again.
So sad.
But when it comes,
we'll be coming back strong.
Yeah. So let's check it back. Podcast episode 4. You can follow us on Twitter at JackandPatPodcast. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Jack and Pat Podcast. And yes, that will do it for.
Also, you always forget our Twitter.
Okay.
Thing.
At Goodbye Frank, at Lord_Carstark, and at The Real Halfman. That'll do it for the Jack and Pat Podcast. I'm Pat.
I'm Jack.
And till the next time on the Jack and Pat Podcast.
Peace out.
Oh my love, in your arms, I feel so safe and so secure. Every day is such a perfect day to spend along with you. I will follow you, will you follow me all the days and nights that we know will be. I will stay with you, will you stay with me?